From the coaches
to the players
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules,
we keep it fair.
New academic contests, we hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use.
To cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
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 From the coaches
to the players
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules,
we keep it fair.
New academic contests, we hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use.
To cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community and enjoy the game.
A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to game number 2 here on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris, where today Georgetown, after winning a huge game yesterday on a defensive battle 1-0, they will beat the designated visiting team here, Magnolia Bulldogs versus the Georgetown Eagles. Live from Bryan, Texas, I'm Rob Hipp again with Joshua Harris. Joshua, we are set for another great baseball game here this afternoon. Georgetown took game 1 in stunning fashion with Grayson Smith almost throwing a no-hitter in that ball game. Today it'll be on the mound Wesley Gafford, who we have seen this season come in and be a phenomenal pitcher for these Georgetown Eagles.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was a defensive war yesterday evening, and Smith got the better end of that, and like you said, almost threw a no-hitter, but definitely threw that shutout. And though we only scored 1, it was enough to bring the victory into game 2 today, and hopefully we can come in here and get game 2 done and get these guys into the next level. But it's going to be a fun day of baseball, and once again I want to say thank you, Rob, for the opportunity to be alongside you for these playoffs, and still continue to pray for Galen and his healing, and we wish you well today, buddy.
Well, absolutely. As always, we appreciate all of our radio listeners back at home on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown. Georgetown entering this afternoon's contest here on an early start. First pitch at 1 p.m., 19-5A. Coach Adam Foster. They will be in their camo jerseys, 26-7-1, 16-0 in 19-5A. The 5th-ranked Magnolia Bulldogs, that from the Texas High School Baseball.com poll, of 25A, 22-7-0, 12-2 in their district. Coach Taylor Shilfett, they will be in their white jerseys. We have Matt Leishman on the line in Arizona. Matt, thanks for joining us yesterday. Welcome back into the broadcast here for pregame. Good to hear from you, partner.
Hey, good to hear you guys, too. Good morning from the desert. I heard you guys talking about Grayson Smith's outing I mentioned it on Twitter last night. Just incredible the job he was able to do. I gave him a shout-out on Twitter. That was the biggest start of that young man's life. And like you said, he nearly pitched no-hitter up against a major league prospect. So you can't say enough about what he was able to do. And as far as today goes, guys, I've got to thank Wes Gafford. Pitchers are competitive by nature. He sees his teammate go out there on Thursday night and do that kind of job. He's going to want to go out there and shut the door on Magnolia today, and I expect him to pitch like he has since he's come back from injury, which has been phenomenal.
Well, Matt, you talked about it yesterday after the game. I talked with you briefly on the phone. You got to talk about the great work there from Grayson Smith, almost pitching that no-hitter against a top 50 MLB prospect pitcher of Adam Klopfenstein. A great job, though, by Georgetown's pitching, and looking for more of that to continue here this afternoon.
Yeah, and I would fully expect that. As I said, Wes has just been simply an ace since he came off the DL, so to speak. But Georgetown, I don't think, we know Magnolia to be a very, very quality team, but when they go out there, they're throwing their ace in game one. And just as Ennis kind of ran out of pitching, we'll see how Magnolia does today. If you're Georgetown, you want to close that out in 2 games. And I keep going back to Georgetown's pitching depth, Rob and Josh. I think that with the depth they have, they can make a long run in these playoffs. And like I told you last night after the game, when you beat a team that has MLB prospects on it, your team has the makeup and the ability to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that statement, and that's what Georgetown's looking for. Well, Matt, any final comments here before we let you go this afternoon?
Well, Rob, today's my busiest day of the work week, so I'll be listening in as much as I can, but just say, good luck to the Eagles. Hope you guys are able to take it in 2 and take it to the region semifinals. It's been a heck of a ride, and I hope it continues today.
Awesome, Matt. We always appreciate you. Matt Leishman from Arizona. Thanks for joining us, Matt, as we are set to get started here in just a few moments. Unfortunate news this morning out of Santa Fe High School. The winner of this series will go on to play the winner of that series. But we would like to step aside now for a moment of silence for those affected by the school shooting down in Santa Fe, Texas, just outside of the Galveston, Houston area. So at this time, we'll step aside here with 15 seconds of silence to honor and remember those students down in the Houston, Texas area at Santa Fe High School. Welcome back here to the broadcast booth at Bryan, Texas. Bomber baseball, again, hate to hear that news this morning. That really sets a sad tone, and you don't want to hear about those things. A tragic event down there in Houston, but of course our thoughts and prayers with all those kids and the families down there affected this morning.
Absolutely, and you were the one that kind of teed me up to what was going on, because I saw your post come up about what had just happened, and then I, of course, turned on I was just listening to regular music that I had recorded and tuned in, and boy, I tell you, started to pray. Well,
a tough situation there as our country's national anthem plays in the background. We will continue the broadcast here for Georgetown. They will be on the defensive end first, so we'll go over the starting lineup for the Magnolia Bulldogs. Leading off will be the shortstop, number 4, Jordan Groshans. Batting second, the left fielder, number 3, Rance Henry. Batting third, the first baseman, number 24, Adam Klopfenstein. In the cleanup position tonight, the third baseman, number 44, Preston Hoffert. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 12, Bo Willis. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. And in the bottom 3, the designated hitter, number 2, Caleb Morris. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 7, Adam Wynn. And last, but of course not least, the right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins. For your Georgetown Eagles, first in the order will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, followed by the left fielder, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Third, the catcher, number 23, Cole Moore. Batting fourth, cleaning up, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. In that fifth position, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 13, the hitting sensation, Logan Drake. And in the bottom 3, the first baseman, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Followed by the eighth in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. And then the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. We'll talk about some changes that we saw out here, at least on the defensive end for Georgetown. The pitcher will be one of their other aces here, Wesley Gafford, in this ball game. Cole Moore will move from first base over behind home plate here in game number 2. Hunter Savarese moves from left field over to first base. At second base remains the same, number 8, Luke Seaback. Jeffrey David still at third base, number 7, the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. And then from left to right, as Childress no longer catching, he now moves into left field, number 20, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. And then the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. We have seen that shift all season long as we have went along here. Georgetown looking sharp as they're taking on a very tough and capable Magnolia team. If Georgetown wins this game, they go on to the next round of the playoffs. If they drop this game, it will be a winner-take-all game 3, 30 to 45 minutes after this game. Joshua, we are set with a good one here in Bryan, Texas, here at the Bombers baseball field. Wanted to talk about it real quick here at Nutrabolt Stadium, home of the Brazos Valley Bombers. They've been here for about 12 years. The Texas Collegiate League, a summer league here in the Texas area. Richard Zane, the public address announcer tonight. We also appreciate the hospitality of Coach Brian Nelson as well. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate him up here in the booth with us as well. Josh, we're going to be a great one here for baseball. Not a few clouds in sight, little pieces of cotton up there in the sky. That's about it, man. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, it looks like the wind's blowing out to the west a little bit, and a little bit of a breeze. Like you said, Georgetown has flipped for the second game and is going to be the visiting team, and so we're going to be up to bat first. And I tell you what, we sure would like to get a first inning start real strong, get some hits, get some runs across, and really set the stage for this game 2. And it is a beautiful day for baseball. Crowd is still filtering in a little bit. I know it's a work day for some, being a Friday afternoon, but they're still made that 2-hour trip, and so looks good over there. This is going to be a fun outing.
Georgetown Eagle baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. We appreciate Cameron Davies. We'll get to the rest of our sponsors as this broadcast continues along. Leading off for the Georgetown Eagles will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. So Copo in the house here leading off. Last night, Cole Posey goes 0 for 2. Reached on a walk. Had one run, though, from that RBI from Cole Moore, and that was the only run Georgetown needed to win the ball game 1-0.
Yeah, Posey is due now with a little bit of a lull yesterday, so we're looking for him, yeah.
First pitch on the way to Cole is a good eye there. Will be called a ball. The early count here for Cole Posey, 1-0. Again, our SHN fan line is open. If you'd like to send us a text message on the second pitch quickly in the delivery here to High 2-0, that number to text us at is 512-522-9105. Again, the text line is open, 512-522-9105. Feel free to give us a shout out. Third pitch here on the way off the right hand. A swing and a tip for a foul. 2-1 now. Cole Posey finds himself in that count. Just underway here. Top of the first inning. The wind is whipping this afternoon as an early start here. A rare 1 p.m. start on Friday for this baseball matchup. The fourth pitch. This one grounds off the third base line just in front of the Magnolia Bulldog dugout. It goes foul. We've got an even count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Josh, as always, appreciate you being up here. Wherever we're at, I always call it the house. So appreciate you being up in the house tonight,
man. Up in the house, yes. John Bratloff just texting in saying you guys sound great, and he's listening there back in Georgetown. And so, John, hello to you. Thanks for tuning in. He said it was a great game last night. Great job, and so thanks for tuning in today, John.
Payoff pitch on the 3-2. Copo gets a little meat on this one, but it goes foul behind off the net. The count remains 3-2. Georgetown in their camo jerseys. Going to be a little hard seeing those numbers. They have those beautiful camo jerseys honoring our country.
Our favorites.
Honoring our country's heroes here, but it's a little hard to read. The numbers are in United States flag form. Georgetown wearing white helmets, white pants with the blue Georgetown Eagle stripe down and blue socks. The right-handed pitch off the right hand. Did he swing on that one?
Yes,
it was a strikeout swinging for the first out.
Swung right through it. Was a great pitch. Could have got a hold of it, but just swung over it just a little bit.
Childress now up to bat for the Georgetown Eagles. He went 2 for 3 last night, 2 singles, and had a stolen base for the Georgetown Eagles. Playing catcher, but tonight this afternoon moves over to left field. Quentin Carpenter, the pitcher for Magnolia. Kicks up the left leg, the right-handed delivery, a little too high here. Called ball, 1-0 on Wyatt Childress. The catcher, number 12, Bo Willis. Most of the order stays the same here because only changes the pitcher and the first baseman as they swapped out here. The next pitch on the way off the right. This one too close inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Carpenter is the pitcher for Magnolia. Bo Willis behind home plate is the catcher. At first base, the pitcher last night will be there now, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein, one of the MLB top 50 prospects. Seth Wehut was the first baseman last night. Second base, Adam Wynn. Next pitch on the way. This one again too high and on the inside. 3-0 early count here. Third baseman, number 44, Preston Hufford. The shortstop, number 4, Jordan Groshans. And then from left to right, Rance Henry, Cody Wagner, and Shelby Mullins. So everything pretty much stays the same except that first base and the pitcher, of course.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good game today. Same lineup, same look. And so we'll see what kind of runs we get coming across the plate this afternoon.
On a 3-0 pitch, that one clips the corner for a strike, 3-1. Georgetown trying to get some life here. One out they are. Second in the order, Wyatt Childress trying to get a base hit for his Georgetown Eagles. Right-handed pitch on the way, this time to the other inside corner. Now we've got a full count now at 3-2. So Childress, after going ahead 3-0, now finds himself in a payoff pitch.
Yeah, he was up 3-0. Now he's worked his way into a little bit of a tough position, being full count. He's going to have to take a swing at anything close here.
This is a Georgetown team that had 5 hits, 1 run, and 2 errors last night. Grayson Smith had 5 strikeouts, only allowing that 1 hit.
Boy, he did a great job last night. I still just can't stop talking about what a phenomenal job he did pitching last night.
The payoff pitch here by Carpenter on the way, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 up, 2 down. And talk about the pitching staff of Magnolia last night. Kloffenstein threw 10 strikeouts. We've already got 2 here to start this game in the top of the first. Bring up the left-handed batter now for Georgetown, the catcher, number 23, Cole Moore. Last night, Cole went 0 for 2. Did reach on a walk, though. Had that RBI. And
yeah, Moore's definitely due as well today. You know, we didn't get a lot of hits last night, so everybody's really due to step up today and get some big swings.
Coach talked about last night, every player has to battle. Cole looking for the bunt here, pulls back, and it's called a ball, 1-0. This is a time of the season. You're in the 3rd round of the playoffs now here in this regional quarterfinal game 2. Everybody has to come to play. You're playing with the big boys now as you continue to move on here in the playoffs. Right-handed pitch, Cole Moore bit at it. He was hungry. The kettle didn't fill his belly, and he swung and a miss there. 1-1.
Yeah, I tell you what, I liked what Coach said about that last night. He said, "Hey, this is a whole new level now. Every game we play now, we've got to be at our best," and that's the truth.
1-1 here for Carpenter. The right-handed pitch on the way, too far outside. Brings it to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Guy Carpenter, pitcher for the Bulldogs, has some good movement on his ball, so we're going to have to watch close.
2-1 delivery off the right hand. Cole tries to check at that one, but it's called a strike, 2-2 in the box as he looked at it.
Yeah, Carpenter's painting these lines right where he needs to put them. The umpire likes them.
Carpenter quickly back in the release here. Grounds this one over to first, but it goes foul at the last moment. Off the first base line, the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good to see him get a good cut there and make some contact on that ball, stay in there tough. Moore taking his time.
Called time here as he steps back. I think this is going to be another game that we're going to see a defensive battle. I don't think we're going to see another big breakout as far as scoring goes for either team tonight. This is a Georgetown team that held their own last night. The right-handed delivery, this one too far outside, brings it to a full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we appreciate everybody joining us here this afternoon. Game 2 of this regional quarterfinal playoff. Georgetown leads the series 1-0. Right-handed delivery. Called it late, struck out looking. 3 strikeouts to start things, and Quentin Carpenter is on fire as far as that first inning goes. 3 up, 3 down. All of those were in payoff pitch scenarios on 3-2s. Struck out swinging Cole Posey, Wyatt Childress. Struck out looking Cole Moore. Halfway through 1 we are. We have got our work cut out for us. Again, we talked about this is going to be a defensive battle as we keep things right here, Joshua.
Yeah, you bet. And if you don't mind, Rob, I'll go ahead and get started with some of our sponsors while we're waiting for the Bulldogs to come up to bat. I think you mentioned the presenting sponsor, but let me just go with him again on Cruising Kitchens, Cameron Davies. Cruising Kitchen is a proud supporter of Eagle Baseball 2018. Cruising Kitchens is custom mobile business fabricator that builds a range of the world's largest mobile kitchens to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Cruising Kitchen's website is cruisingkitchens.com. Also have the privilege of being a part of the broadcast, but also have the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit Christian character building program geared towards men, reaching them at 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. You can find us at www.oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Also, roofing company that supports the Georgetown Eagle baseball team is Texas Traditions Roofing. Wes Strawn and Mike Pickle over there. Texas Traditions Roofing is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle baseball, commercial and residential roofing repair and replacement. Texas Traditions Roofing is online at texastraditionsroofing.com. Also out at...
I was going to say, appreciate all those sponsors. We can get one more in here. We've got some time.
Okay, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Joe K. Georgetown Internet Transmission and Auto Repair is honored to support the Georgetown Eagle baseball team, specializing in a wide variety of auto repair services. Their website can be found at georgetownautorepair.com. And we'll finish up with those when we get a little break down the road.
Again, we always appreciate all of our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible, as we are seriously about to get rolling here in just a few moments.
Leading off in the bottom of the first for the Bulldogs, the shortstop.
Leading off will be the shortstop, number 4, and Jordan Groshans. Groshans last night was 0 for 2, did manage to reach on a walk, was left stranded. Wesley Gafford, the pitcher here for Georgetown. Gafford, we have seen him do great things. He's pitched 27 innings, 7 games. He started 5 of those games. He has a 4-0 record. And Wesley Gafford with a 2.59 ERA on this early season. He's left 13 on base. And we will see what Gafford can pull out of his pocket here in this ball game versus a very tough and capable Magnolia Bulldog team. The early pitch, a ball, 1-0. Second pitch on the way. This one pops up into the air, and Cole Moore may have a chance to grab this one right around home plate, and he does for the out. 2 pitches, 1 out we are. Cole Moore there on a fly right up to the catcher in that 2 position for the first out.
Yeah, great paying attention there, finding that ball even in the sun and bringing down the pop-up for the out on the foul. Good pitch.
Swing and a miss here by Rance Henry for the strike, 0-1. Gafford on the mound here, 0-1 the early count. Right-handed pitch. This one too far outside to even the count now at 1-1. This is a left-handed batter, Rance Henry. Next pitch on the way to Rance. This one right up the middle, but should be able to get it on the line. It is the shortstop, Cole Posey, for the second out. 2 up, 2 down there. Good job by Cole Posey with the sunshine overhead. Able to get that one on the line out to the shortstop.
Yeah, Posey made a great move on it, got a great jump on it, got out there just onto the grass, and made a good catch there with the sun right in his face.
Bring up the first baseman, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein, the pitcher. We've talked about it numerous times, the MLB top 50 prospect. Last night on the first pitch here, called a strike as he looked at it. Talking about Kloffenstein, last night he was 0 for 3, reached on an error, but as a pitcher he had 10 strikeouts, and that's one of the reasons that this young man has the eyes of a lot of scouts back in the area today. But here on the second pitch, he swings and misses. 0-2 here for Adam Kloffenstein. Gafford looking sharp here out of the gates in the bottom of this first inning.
Yeah, Gafford really is throwing really well to start this first inning.
The next one there, did he look at that one? I got distracted. Sorry about that.
Beautiful changeup, and Kloffenstein went for it, swung all the way around it, and boy, I tell you what, 3 straight pitches, boom, 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 and that is the inning. 3
up, 3 down for Georgetown as well. We go through 1, top of the second upcoming. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on 106.7 FM and the SHNSports.com broadcast network. presented by Cruising Kitchens, will continue in a few moments.
From the coaches
to the players,
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
Extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules,
we keep it fair.
New academic contests. We hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use,
to cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we
are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
Sorry about the breakup there on the audio, trying to get something adjusted here. Leading off for Georgetown,
number 6, Neitch.
Will be Ryan Neitch here as we enter the top of the second inning. Again, thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris as Georgetown goes 3 up, 3 down. Both teams here 3-3 to start things. Next pitch on the way. This one too low on the fastball, called a ball, and we're in a 1-1 count here for Ryan Goodnight. Talking about Ryan last night, he went 1 for 2, had a single. Was left stranded though, and Georgetown putting in that one and only run that they needed was Cole Posey. Kick up here, the right-handed delivery, swing and a miss, got him for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, you talk about that first inning picked up right where we left off last night with a great defensive battle, and so it's going to be interesting to see how we continue on today. It looks like it might be a little bit more of the same.
1-2 pitch here from Carpenter on the way. This one grounded right over to the second baseman, and a little 4-3 action will be the first out there. Adam Wynn to Adam Kloffenstein. So the two Adams able to make the play on a 4-3 for the first out. Moves us to the third baseman, 5th in the order, number 7, Jeffrey David. David last night had a great game, but it went 0 for 2, reached on a walk. But we talk about his work at third base this season. He has been a player to keep your eye on all season long out there at that third base line.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job at third base with a great glove and a great arm.
Right-handed pitch too low as it grounds for a ball, 1-0 on the outside. Next pitch on the way. That one drops in on the change for a strike, 1-1.
Oh, that ball had great movement on it, and it just was inside and then just floated right over with great movement over the plate for a strike.
One and one, the count here is a right-handed pitch on the way. Swung at that one a little late there as he thought about pulling back, but it was too late for a strike.
Yeah, just went a little too far there. Tried to get it back, but just had gone a little too far.
This one going to be hit over to the third baseman, and he is not going to be able to beat that one out in time for the second out. There on a 5-3 as it's Hoffert over to Kloffenstein for the second out. Bring up the designated hitter, 6th in the order, number 13, Logan Drake, the hitting sensation for Georgetown. Logan last night went 1 for 2, had the single, but was left stranded for the Georgetown Eagles. This pitch almost comes inside and hits him. We didn't see any hit by pitches last night. That one was close there, but it went too low for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, that one came in on him real close. He was able to get out of the way, but you're right. We hadn't seen any hit by pitches like we saw last weekend. This time Logan hits this one up, and will it drop? Yes, it will.
Great job there by Logan Drake with the base hit. That would have been a hard one to catch. And the hitting sensation continues his hitting ways for the Georgetown Eagles.
Well, that was just a perfectly placed hit, but I tell you what, give credit where credit's due. That shortstop made a great effort on it. I mean, he came all the way out, tried to make a play on it, but just out of his reach. So good on Drake there for getting that ball exactly where it needed to go for the base hit.
Georgetown getting a hit here to start things out in the top of the second inning. It'll bring up the first baseman, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Savarese was 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice in the game last night. Quentin Carpenter on the mound. The right-handed pitch on the way. Swing and a miss here is a little low, but they're going to call a strike because he bit on it anyways. That would have been a ball if he would have been able to hold up on that swing.
Yeah, he went for that. But I tell you what, it's good to see some contact here in that middle, hit the bat, and not just swings and strikes. So we're making some contact, which is always a good positive thing.
0-1 the count here, trying to pick on a 1-3, keeping that base runner honest. Georgetown known for their steals. Logan Drake is out there at first base right now.
Excellent, excellent base running, stealing by this Georgetown team. So if we can get some runners on, we're going to see them moving around too.
Next pitch on the way, the fastball right across the plate for a strike. 0-2 on Hunter Savarese.
Savarese has found himself now in a hold. He's going to have to make contact with anything close here. Try to keep this inning going.
The 0-2 pitch off the right hand. This one right up the middle and should be able to unassisted tag there. The second baseman able to get Logan Drake out on a little 4U action for the third out. And that will do it here for the top of the second inning. There were no runs on one hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Bottom of the second inning coming up. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Action here from Bryan, Texas. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. This is another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. We're going to step aside for just a second. There may be some quietness on the air. We're trying to get an audio issue resolved, so we apologize for that. We're going to step aside for just a second. We'll bring you back into the game. You will hear some silence here in just a few moments. Again, thank you for bearing with us this afternoon. Back in action here. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports. Had a little issue with some of the audio being a little quiet here, and unfortunately not able to get that resolved right away. The first pitch on the way inside is going to be called a strike here as it creeps the corner for Preston Hoffert. So just crank up your speakers. You'll be able to hear us. Right, Josh?
Yeah, I hear good through these. I don't know what they're hearing out there, but you sound good, nice and clear through the headphones that I've got on.
1-1 the count. Yeah, it doesn't matter how we hear it. It's the way it processes through the computer. You know, Windows likes to issue updates that mess up everything. That's the joy of being an IT. Another pitch here on the inside, called a strike, 1-2.
I don't know if this is true, but I've been told not to do a lot of those updates because it just does mess things up. But I know you need some of them, so how do you pick and choose?
Yeah, you can't anymore. This one is going to be popped up into the air. The right fielder chasing it down in foul territory. Not able to get there in time was Noah Thompson. The count remains 1-2 here.
Well, Thompson made a good effort on it, though. Tried to get over there, but it Just was a little too far out of his reach. Talk about Gafford, looks like he's got really good control today, and his pitches are looking clean and sharp.
This one is going to hit a base hit by Magnolia over to left field. Boy, he put that one right where it needed to go.
Yeah, he got great swing on that and just caught it right in the sweet spot and put it right over the shortstop's head for a clean base hit.
Preston Hoffert there getting the hit. They only had one hit all last night, the leadoff hit, and a single for Magnolia. Brings up the catcher number 5, or beg your pardon, the catcher number 12, Bo Willis. This one popped up into the air, right back over the fence behind us. The early count here, 0-1 on Bo Willis. Willis last night went 1 for 3, had a single, was left stranded as his team failed to bring any runs in last night. But again, only one hit.
Yeah, just a great outing by Smith, and so it kept them from getting the hits that they needed, which was great for us.
And Willis was the only one with that hit. The next one is going to go for a ball, 1-1.
A little bit of a conference on the mound here with the third baseman.
Second Lieutenant Corey David of the U.S. Army stationed at Camp Aachen, Germany, listening and cheering on the Eagles. And brother third baseman Jeffrey David, we appreciate your service in our military, and thanks for joining us this afternoon all the way from Germany.
Yes, thank you, sir, for your service, and thank you to all of our service members for protecting us all over this world.
1-1 here. We are bottom of the second, no runs. This one is going to hit right up the middle, and chasing it down is the second baseman, Luke Seaback, as it lined right over to the second baseman for the first out.
Seaback got a great jump on that and just followed it straight into his glove. Had to go into the outfield just a little bit, but what a great play.
That'll bring up 6 in the order, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. Pitch on the way from the right hand, and this one almost got away, and that's going to be a pass ball. I would call it a pass ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it bounced around a little bit. Caught him. I think it caught him on the chest plate there and bounced a little bit. But
well, Hoffert, anyways, is going to reach there. And the early count here, 1-0 on Cody Wagner. Wagner last night went 0 for 3 for the Magnolia Bulldogs. So base runner now in scoring position is Hoffert. 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Georgetown Magnolia here in this regional quarterfinal playoff. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one hit foul way over behind the Georgetown Eagle dugout. They are the visiting team, so now they're off in the dugout off the first base. 1-1 the count here on Wagner. One delivery. Tried to change back up, but unfortunately goes ball to the outside. 2-1 now for Wagner. Two and one the count. And time called here. Joshua, this is a defensive battle just as we expected.
Yeah, we have definitely looks like we've picked up from just where we left off last night after that 1-0 victory. And well, I tell you what, it's defense wins ball games. You hear that all the time.
Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Great pitch there. Lots of nice velocity on it. And Wagner just swings right through it. And the next one here, trying to get a put out here, and it's a strikeout.
swinging, but it got behind the catcher, but it is a 1-3 put out there on the strikeout.
Yeah, I love what the catcher did there. He made sure that that guy on second was going to stay before he took his throw down to first. Kept that runner on second.
Next one goes for a strike to Caleb Morris as he looks at it. The early count here on Morris, 0-1. Next one is going to be a hit into foul territory way out to the right field, and thankfully that one did go foul because that would have brought in a score. The count now at 0-2 on Caleb Morris.
Yeah, that at first looked like that was going to maybe drop in, but boy, floated just over with the movement on that ball over into foul territory, but that would have been a great hit, so we caught a good break there.
0-2 the count here on Morris. Morris last night went 0-2, reached on a walk. Base runner on second, the pitch on the way. This one grounds over, and Jeffrey David over to Hunter Savarese on a 5-3 put out for the third out. In that inning, no runs on one hit, no errors, one left on base. Georgetown defense holds. Great pitching continues. Wesley Gafford will continue top of the third in just a few moments. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Hipp with Joshua Harris. Thanks for joining us. Georgetown Eagle Baseball leading off is Noah Thompson. The first two pitches, one goes for a ball, one goes for a strike. Again, thank you for your patience this afternoon as we're still trying to get that audio issue resolved. I won't say the company's name, but good old software company that's been around that started all this. It's one of the many reasons that I'm looking forward to getting out of IT one day. This one hits deep down into left field, tracking it back in the sunlight with the left hand, able to make the grab as Rance Henry on a fly out to left field for the first out on Noah Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson took a big rip at that, got that to drive out to left, but left fielder out there made a great play on it, kept it in his eyesight, even with the sun, and made a grab on it.
Big believer, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And a lot of these software companies, they like to constantly fix things that aren't even broke.
Yeah, you find that in a lot of different industries there.
Right-handed hit here, Luke Seaback, and he is not able to beat it out. That'll be the second out. There's that one. You got to give credit to Preston Hoffert there at third base as he leaped down, able to grab that one, and then on the 5-3 out for the second out, moves us back to the top of the order, number 5, Cole Posey. Cole 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging back in the first.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That third baseman made an absolutely great dive play on that ball to get that over to first. Well done.
Next pitch on the way here to Cole Posey. Goes for a ball, 1-0.
Posey showing bunt there and was able to pull back on it and get the ball called.
Next pitch as he looked at it for a strike, 1-1. One delivery off the right hand of Gafford. The fastball goes too low for a ball, 2-1. Here on the 2-1, winds up, lets this one go, tries to curve back in on the change, and unfortunately goes for a ball as it stayed inside. 3-1 now the count. Next pitch quickly hit off the bat on a late swing. Brings it now to a full count at 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming.
Yeah, he had a good cut on that. Just got under it a little bit and drove it back for a foul.
The payoff pitch hits him. First hit by pitch that we've seen. Would have been a ball anyways, but Cole Posey will advance.
Yeah, Posey, it was a ball. Posey just stayed right in there and took the hit, and we got a runner on now. Be interesting to see if coach is going to send him this next at bat to steal and maybe get him around to second. But Chandler on there, the Childress on there, it's going to be interesting here.
So bring up Wyatt Childress, second in the order, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1, struck out swinging, hits this one way up into the air and right field off the first base side. It's not going to be catchable in foul territory over the fence. The early count here on Wyatt Childress after the foul ball, no balls and 1 strike.
And Posey was going on that and has to come back to first on that foul ball.
Well, Childress, not only can that young man throw, but he can run.
He sure can. That guy's got some wheels on him.
Quentin Carpenter, the pitcher for Magnolia, looks back over, checks first base. Now the pitch on the way. Again, Childress puts the swing behind it, but it goes foul, 0-2.
Once again, Carpenter able to get these guys to swing under it a little bit, and they're making good cuts on it. They're just fouling them back.
89 degrees under fair skies here. The winds a lot more than yesterday, blowing from the south at 12, gusting to 22 miles an hour. The humidity's even more as well at 53%. Swing and a miss here. Got him striking, swinging for the third out. The pitching sensation of Quentin Carpenter continues here in this game in the top of the third. Georgetown with no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. I'll send it over to Joshua Harris for more of our sponsors.
Yeah, let's stay right here and get some of these great sponsors that we've got in. I want to talk about the Georgetown Shirt Company. Of course, they're proudly supporting Georgetown Baseball 2018. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, and much, much more. You can find Georgetown Shirt Company, their website, at gtshirt.com. Also, mortgage company that supports Georgetown Baseball's Gateway Mortgage Group, and they are specializing in home mortgage lending. They believe in 3 things: community, families, and new homes. Gateway Mortgage Group is online at borrowfrommorrow.com. Georgetown U-Haul, climatized containers and self-storage. Tall Harris over there supporting Georgetown Baseball. One-stop shopping for your moving supplies and storage. Their website is climatizedcontainer.com. Also joining the supporters for this series is Pregame Insurance Group. Business insurance is their specialty. Their website is P as in Paul, IGBCS.com. And that, Rob, are our supporters for this regional third round of playoffs.
We appreciate all the wonderful supporters helping make Georgetown Eagle baseball here on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown possible, as well as the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Bottom of the third inning we move to now after 2.5 gone. No score It has been a defensive battle, as we have talked about all afternoon. This will bring up 8th in the order, the first time at bat this afternoon. The second baseman, number 7, Adam Wynn. Wynn last night went 0 for 2. Right-handed hitter stands with that right foot down in the lower corner. On the mound for Georgetown, Wesley Gafford, the right-handed pitch, places this bunt, and that is textbook bunting as he laced that one right where it needed to go into the infield, in between second and third, and that'll be a base hit on the bunt.
You said it, boy. That is exactly how you teach these players how to bunt, all the way starting from Little League, and you could not. He couldn't have placed that bunt any better. No chance of getting him out at first.
Wynn with a leadoff single here moves us to the 9th in the order. The right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins, a right-handed batter, stands in the center of the box, holds the bat at about 45 over his maroon helmet. Gafford on the mound, stands with that foot trying to pick on a 1-3. The base runner is going to be safe. Gafford, a one-time SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Player of the Game in his performance earlier in the season. We've talked about this last night. Georgetown, a team that you don't see a lot of strikeouts on the stat sheet, but they do it all over the field, not only at pitching, but then that defense able to help Georgetown through a lot of ruts this season. This has been a season to remember for the Eagles, and they want to keep things rolling here. They've got a 1-0 game lead. If they win this one, they move on. If not, we play a winner-take-all third game. This one going to be hit over to right field. And Noah Thompson is going to get under it and makes the grab. Boy, barely got that one as he slid down on his knee. Thankfully, able to pull that one down for the first out on the fly 9.
Yeah, the Georgetown fans took a little gasp of air there. I could hear some of them, but he was able to squeeze that, and even though he slipped a little bit, had no problem getting it back in.
Go back to the top of the order now to Jordan Groshans, number 4, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1. He is also one of the MLB top 50 prospects. 2 of them here on this Magnolia Bulldog team. A right-handed batter holds the bat almost at a 90-degree angle. Pitch on the way. Curves too far to the outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, he's got that 90-degree bat angle and then stands way deep in the batter's box with that back foot right on that line.
Easy to see his feet, too, with those neon green shoes he has on.
Sure
Cleats.
Can.
Next pitch off the right hand. This one right up the middle for a base hit, and that's going to be a single. It advances the runner over. In scoring position is Adam Wynn, and Jordan Groshans will get the base hit. We have already seen 3 hits here for this Magnolia team after they only had 1 last night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he hit that, and there was no chance for Gafford to get his glove down, just straight up over the corner of the mound there and in through the gap.
Base runners now on 1 and 2. 1 out we are here in the bottom of the third. No score yet. Magnolia threatening now with that base runner in scoring position is Adam Wynn. Wesley Gafford with the delivery. Bunts this one down. Gafford going to throw on a fielder's choice over to first for the out on a 1-3. So Wynn will advance on the fielder's choice over to 3, and Henry will be out on a 1-3 for the second out.
Yeah, Gafford had a quick decision to make there. Does he try to spin around and get that guy at third? It looked like he might have had an opportunity, but instead of taking a chance on the back throw, he just took down and got the quick out.
2 outs we are. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 24, Adam Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein struck out swinging in the first for the third out. It's part of that 3-up, 3-down that Georgetown had back in the first. Gafford trying to keep him off the base. This pitch too far to the outside corner, called a ball, 1-0.
Catcher walking out to just encourage Gafford a little bit.
Colmore gives him a little pat there and quick chat there at the mound as he steps back. Saw a lot of those chats last night as Georgetown pitcher Grayson Smith went through 6 2/3 with those 5 strikeouts, allowing only 1 hit, almost threw a no-hitter. And then Jackson Seosin coming in for that final out to get the save.
Yeah, those little chats just, I think, are enough to just keep a guy going and keep him encouraged, and it's necessary.
Pitch on the way here, right up the middle. That's a base hit and a run scored. That'll bring in 2 RBIs, and Magnolia on the board now, leading 2-0. Groshans will come around and score as well as win.
Yeah, it was almost identical to that last hit we saw, straight up the middle. So hard hit that Gafford didn't have a chance to even try to get a glove down on it so fast, and 2 identical hits straight up the middle.
Yeah, there's a reason that young man's in the top 50, and Kloffenstein giving his team a 2-0 early lead here in this bottom of the third inning. He's on first as the only base runner now. Preston Hoffert, the third baseman, number 44, now at bat, a right-handed batter. And the pitch on the way. Called a strike as he looked at it, 0-1. Two outs, bottom of the third. Magnolia leads 2-0. This one right into the glove of Gafford, and he'll have a 1-3 ground out. Put out for the third and final out, but not before the damage was done. 2 runs, those 2 runs scoring on 3 uncharacteristic hits that Georgetown has allowed. No errors, 1 left on base. We are through 3. Top of the fourth upcoming. Magnolia leads 2-0. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network and on 106.7. We'll continue in a few moments. More.
Yeah, we need more to really get it going here in this top of this fourth inning. 3 hard shots up the middle in that last inning for the Bulldogs really made all the difference, and it's nice to see Gafford get that glove on that last hit up the middle and not let it get through like those first 2. But we need to get it going here now that we're down 2-0.
Cole Moore, the left-handed hitter for Georgetown, is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Struck out looking on a payoff pitch back in the first. This pitch on the way, too far to the outside, called a ball. Shout out to Frank Amons, my neighbor, also good friend. He and his wife Chantel, appreciate y'all as they're traveling with their son Lake down to Houston. Hear y'all just fine on the way to Houston. He said, go Astros. Good to hear from you, Frank. Right-handed pitch. This one again on the changeup will drop in, though, for a strike, 1-1 on that corner on the outside.
Thank you for that, Frank. Yes, go Astros. I grew up in Houston, and we're rooting them on for another World Series this year.
Gilmore in an even count here, 1-1, no outs, top of the fourth. And this one will pop up into the air off the third base side. It may be catchable in foul territory, and it is.
Yes.
As the third baseman, Preston Hoffert, on a fly 5 for the first out.
Number 6, Ryan Neich.
Bring up fourth in the order, cleaning up the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neich. He's 0 for 1, out on a 4-3 for the first out. Back in the second, the right-handed hitter, Ryan Neich.
Well, I'd like to see Neich get it going here. I didn't need that pop-up there, but one batter at a time.
Pitch on the way. Neich hits this one off the back of the bat, foul off the first base side, 0-1. Hey, if you've got a shout-out, we'd love to hear from you. We've already heard from good friend out there in Germany, 512-522-9105. This pitch too close inside for a ball. Again, the SHN fan line is open. Send us a text. Let us know you can hear us. Let us know you got a shout-out for at 512-522-9105.
Is it yesterday that we had a shout-out from Hawaii, or was that last weekend? It's running together on me a
I
little
think last weekend. That one,
Okay.
boy, was hit by a pitch right on the brim of the helmet, and Ryan Neich will reach on a hit by pitch. That is the second hit by pitch now we've seen in this game after none in the first game.
You know, we don't like to see anybody get hit by a pitch, but he's not hurt, and then we got a man down on first, so we'll take it.
Jeffrey David now at bat for the Georgetown Eagles. The right-handed batter stands with that right foot down on the bottom of the line of that right batter's box. He's 0 for 1 out on a 5-3. Georgetown going to try to steal over to second, diving, and got there in time.
Boy, he got a great jump. I just tell you, I talk about it all the time, but boy, this base running of this Eagle team, they're fast, they're quick, they get great leads and great jumps, and that throw from the catcher had no chance whatsoever. He was already there.
David will take the strike, though, on that first pitch. Georgetown stolen base in scoring position is Ryan Neitch. 0-1 the count on David, 1 out. Top of the fourth, Magnolia leads 2-0 here at this neutral site, Nutrabolt Stadium in Bryan, Texas, home of the Brazos Valley Bombers.
Nutrabolt, Nutrasite.
It's a nutritious site.
Yes.
Quentin Carpenter on the mound for the Bulldogs. The right-handed pitch, the bunt, this one up in the air, and Carpenter is going to be able to grab this one in the air for the second out. That is not a textbook bunt.
No, popped it straight up, had no problem as Carpenter just ran right under it and took a look at second, but we weren't moving.
2 outs now for Georgetown. Ryan Neitch still stands there at second base after he stole to second moments ago. 2-out territory will bring up the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake. He had a hit but was out on a 4U for the third out, back in the second. Logan Drake, the left-handed batter, stands in the center of that left box.
Yeah, we'd like to see Logan just drive one right down that right field line right now. Get that runner to come around, and let's get one across. Cut this lead in half. And he can do it. This man's got a good stick on him. He can really hit it.
Time was called. Logan now steps back into the box. Stands with that stance a little bit more forward now, and time called yet again. This time the umpire calling it.
Catcher's having a little bit of an adjustment, I think.
Got an attitude adjustment. Oh, it helps every time. Right-handed pitch. Logan Drake looks at it for a ball, 1-0.
Good eye there.
Who's that, little Hank Williams Jr.?
Yeah.
Nothing like a little family tradition also, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. Classic.
Country music singers have always called Joshua Harris at the game.
Goodness gracious.
We had to sing. We didn't sing yesterday, man.
We sure didn't. Sure didn't. If we get this thing tied up, we'll sing a little something.
Josh, you got to put the positive vibe on a right-handed pitch.
Looking.
This one inside for a ball, 2-0. Base runner Neitch is on second. That is your tying run at home plate, Logan Drake.
Drake taking his time, being patient. I think we need to wish him all kinds of luck here to get this thing driven out to right field there. Positive energy being sent down from the booth, Drake.
It's directional. We're right behind it. Pitch on the way here. Georgetown going to try to steal over to third, and then he dive and get there in time. He's out. A rare missed stolen opportunity there for Ryan Neitch.
Yeah.
As he is out, trying to steal over. The third baseman able to get him there for
You're
the
right.
out.
You don't normally see that from this Georgetown running team. They are great at taking these bases, but he just pegged him.
We'll take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues here in a few moments. Welcome back to Nutrabolt Stadium. Rob Hipp here with Joshua Harris. Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Thanks for joining us here. Bottom of the fourth inning, we move in that previous inning for the Georgetown Eagles. Of course, no runs scored by Georgetown. There was no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Brings us here to the bottom of the fourth for Magnolia, leading off the catcher, number 12, Bo Willis. He's 0 for 1 here in this ball game. Lined one over, and now on this one, a swing and a miss to start things. Good pitch there by Gafford as he tries to get back into his rhythm.
Yeah, Gafford with a great first pitch there. Got him swinging.
0-1 delivery by Gafford on its way. This one hit foul as it bounces behind home plate and beyond. 0-2. The wind gusting here at Nutrabolt Stadium in Bryan, Texas. A beautiful afternoon for baseball here at this full turf field.
Beautiful facility here at Nutrabolt Stadium.
Right-handed hit over to left field. This one is going deep and it bounces. It will be a double for the leadoff Bo Willis. So a leadoff double for Willis. That is the fifth hit of the afternoon. After only having one, we will have a courtesy runner come in for Willis. That will be number 18, the courtesy runner for Willis.
Yeah, Willis got all of that. I mean, he just really got a good clean hit on that and just hit it right over left fielder's head. But,
so courtesy running out there will be Alan Kent at second base. Brings sixth in the order, the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner. Right-handed hitter, holds the bat around 45, then graces it down to 90 degrees. Stands close in that batter's box. The pitch on the way and got him there for the strike as he looked at it, 0-1. Ken Covington from Ken's Guitars listening in. He told me to quit singing. Well, thanks, Ken. I'll tell you that next time I see you up at Gumbo's.
Hey, Ken. God bless you, buddy.
Another one, base hit out to left field, and this will be another run scored. Georgetown trying to get the runner out at second, and he's safe. Kent will come around and score the third run. And Wagner will have a double as well. Back-to-back doubles now. Wagner stands at second. Kent comes in and scores as a courtesy runner for Bo Willis, and Magnolia, things getting out of hand early here. 3-0. They've got the lead, bottom of the fourth. We'll keep things right here. No outs.
Yeah, we're all out. Got the whole infield out to the mound here to kind of discuss things. Looks like they are going to leave him in for now. Try to get him settled down a little bit. The Bulldogs have just kind of picked up his number and have just hit two well-hit doubles back-to-back.
Number 2, Caleb Morris.
Bring up the designated hitter, seventh of the order, number 2, Caleb Morris. He's 0 for 1, out on a 5-3 for the third out back in the second. Jared Pierce's family listening from Andrews, Texas. Appreciate the Pierce family. Gafford on the mound for Georgetown, looks over his right shoulder, keeping that runner honest. The pitch, this one out to left field. This time, Wyatt Childress able to make the grab as it goes right into him on a fly. 7-4, only the first out.
Number 7, Adam Wynn.
Eighth in the order now, the second baseman, number 7, Adam Wynn. He is 1 for 1, had a hit. Able to come around, reached on a fielder's choice to third, then eventually came around and scored as part of that double ribeye from Adam Kloffenstein back in the third. Base runner still on second is Cody Wagner. The pitch on the way, but time is called before the pitch gets out there to Win, so that won't count as anything. So the Georgetown team, the offense is going to have to come back and respond here. We know they can. Yeah. They're capable of it. We've seen Georgetown in a hole earlier in this season. A couple of games, they've been able to work their way out, but they cannot allow any more runs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch here on the way. This one chopped over to the shortstop, Cole Posey, and a little Copo over to Savarese, but he's able to beat it out for another base hit, Adam Wynn.
Yeah, that was a tough throw across his body. He was deep in the infield, almost to the grass, and tried to make a great throw across and just bounced it one time, but it was just too late.
Already 3 more hits in this inning. 7 hits total in the ball game for Magnolia. Wynn will sit at first. Wagner at second. That'll bring up the bottom of the order the right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins. He was out as he popped one into right field for the first out back in the third. Gafford lets this one fly, grounds over. Another base hit. Bases are now loaded. That one out to left field. Boy, the damage is starting to happen now. Bases are loaded for Magnolia. Georgetown does not have an answer.
Yeah, they have definitely cracked this thing open. It started out like last night's game, but now with 8 hits, the Bulldogs' bats have definitely come alive, and we need to get out of this inning here and do the same thing with our bats.
Top of the order we go. The shortstop, number 4, Josh Groshans. He is 1 for 2. Popped one up earlier, if you'll remember, to the pitcher in the first as the first out. Then had a hit, eventually able to come around and score there in the third.
Definitely action going over in the Georgetown bullpen now, so we may see some change coming up here soon.
Pitch on the way, too far outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Remember, a walk here would force a run in. That's not where Georgetown wants to be. They don't want to give any gimme runs here as they trail 3-0 with bases loaded. Magnolia trying to do some damage here and continue their rally in the bottom of this 4th inning. Gafford, the right-handed pitch. This one too low, 2-0. A strike zone a little more tight here in this ball game than what we saw last night, Joshua.
Yeah, definitely. That looked pretty good there, but I think he just wanted it up just a little bit. But tough strike zone at this time.
A 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on that one. 2-1 the count is.
Yeah, got him to swing on the, almost it looked like the exact same pitch as that one before it, and got him to swing this time. But
Jared Pierce's other grandparents on the Frio down in Concan, Texas, saying go Eagles. We appreciate, again, the Pierce family. Thank you for joining us here on SHN Sports. 2-1 pitch. Too far outside, makes the count 3-1. Boy, Georgetown finding themselves in a hole here. Another ball will force another run in as bases are loaded. Even worse than that, the bases will continue to stay loaded. Georgetown desperately needs a strike or one that'll pop up here. But here's another thing. You pop one up, that could be a sacrifice fly, and that'll bring in a run.
That's another thing, so.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Got him on a 3-2. The positive juice starting to flow up here in the booth.
Yeah, we want to keep this ball, strike this guy out, keep this ball in the infield, turn a double play. You know, you got bases loaded. Lots of great things can happen too, but lots of bad things can happen. So we want the good things to take place here.
Gafford on the payoff pitch on its way. Knocks this one over to the baseman. He tags, and can he get the double play?
Yes,
he does. But they say he did not get the tag at third. Boy, the Georgetown fans are not happy. As it looked like Cole Posey had the tag on the third base runner. They say no. He was able to get the runner out at first. Another run will come in to score. So no tag there. Groshans, though, will be out on a 6-3 for the second out. That is a tough break for Georgetown.
It sure was, because I don't know what you were looking at, Rob, but I looked at him touch him with that ball. I don't know what else you need to do there. Maybe I missed something or don't know a rule, but, well, that sure looked like a double play to me. But
well, the umpire there is right on it. This one pops straight up in the air, Henry, and it will not be catchable as it sails into the seats, the third row here off the Magnolia dugout. Well, the fans there are able to catch that on the right hand. You get a little tan out there directly in the sun on that second row. She's the only one sitting there.
She's out there on that island all by herself, reached out and snagged that ball and made her crowd there go nuts for her.
0-1 the count here on Rance Henry, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, 0-1, 2 outs. Gafford on the mound for Georgetown, the right-handed pitch as he swung around on that one. Tried to pull back, but not in time, 0-2. This one hit, a base hit over and trying to get down on a 4-3, and he's out, protecting the run there. 4-3 out, Rance Henry. Great field work there by Luke Seaback over to Hunter Savarese for the third out, but not before. The damage could be done again here as 2 runs, beg your pardon.
Yep, 2 in the third and 2 in the fourth. And, well, I tell you what, it's time for the rally caps. When you go down 4 runs, the rule is you got to turn the hat inside out. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We got to come up and get these runs to come back in and get this hat turned back around. But for now, rally caps are out.
Watch it now. Trying to look here. We'll keep things right here. Those 2 runs coming, though, on 4 hits, no errors. And 1, I believe, or was there 2 left on base?
2 left on.
2 left on. Who came in and scored in that rally? Willis, of course, scored, I believe. I marked one of these just now, and I can't even keep up with what it was. Did Wynn score?
Yes.
What about Wagner?
No, I think he was left on, correct?
Wagner was left on. That's right. Thank you. So, again, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We're through 4. Top of the 5th inning upcoming. We'll keep things right here as Georgetown has got to find an answer in this ball game. Logan Drake, who was left there on base at the end of the 4th, he will come back here to lead things off in this 4th inning. So you scratch out what he did there. He was in a 2-0 count but was left on. So again, it will be the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake, who is 1 for 1 this afternoon. Had a hit but was out on a 4U back in the 2nd for the 3rd out. Logan Drake, a left-handed batter for Georgetown as they trail 4-0. They need a hit here from Logan. Right-handed pitch. Logan grounds this one over, and that will be a base hit for Logan Drake. Boy, we talked about it. Logan needed it. A good effort there on the 3rd baseman, Preston Hoffer, but that was hit so hard he had no chance. And it will be Logan Drake with the base hit.
Drake with a nice cut on me. Didn't even think about taking that first pitch. Made good contact, hit it hard, and no chance for the shortstop to make a play on that as far as getting it to first in time. So here we go.
Hunter Savarese, the first baseman, 0 for 1 this afternoon. Back to a right-handed batter. Drake on 1. The pitch as that one wiggles its way to a ball, 1-0. So the Georgetown team that only allowed 1 hit last night, they have already allowed 8 here in this ball game. But on the offensive end, trying to bring the positive energy back to the team. The right-handed pitch, Savarese over to left. This one is going deep down. Chasing it is Henry, and it will go foul at the last moment. Boy, Henry slid right into the fence. That one just shy of the 325 mark there at left field. You talk about 3 or 4 feet over to the right and a little bit higher, and that would have been a 2-run homer. Instead, it goes foul to bring the count to 1-1 for Hunter Savarese.
You bet your hard hit ball. You're talking, like you said, 5 to 10 feet at the most one way, and that's out of here for 2 runs. See if he can straighten that out just a little bit. But he's definitely got the power. The wind is going in that direction. I think if he can get good contact on it, we can see some good things happen.
1-1 here. Carpenter, the pitch, too far outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hunter finds himself ahead now. Hunter Savarese is not a small guy. He's, I believe, 6'5", so he can compete with the height of Adam Kloffenstein out there, who's hanging out at first base for Magnolia. So the 2 tall guys on the field.
Yes, sir.
2-1 here for Carpenter. Tries to pick on a 1-3. Drake will stay safe.
I've noticed a couple of times, just a housekeeping thing, that the first base keeps moving on these guys, and it's bothering them a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen bases move like that the way it is.
They got feet under it. Robotics.
Yeah.
It just lifts up and walks.
Oh, it's moving more than I've ever seen before.
2-1 delivery. Savarese hits this one foul into the net in front of us off the back of the bat. The count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Hunter Savarese.
Yeah, that came back quick, Rob. If that didn't have it, if there wasn't a net there, you'd have had you a souvenir straight for you.
But I had a tooth fairy visiting.
Tooth fairy, yes.
Or as my friend says, tooth. He says all the THs is Fs.
T-O-O-F.
Tooth fairy.
Yes.
2-2 pitch on the way. Savarese hits this one foul off again in the back of the bat. This time on the top of the roof here, or on top of the shaded area. Talk about that last night. A very beautiful facility here at the Bombers baseball field. Travis Park is also what they call it. And a covered awning we're sitting under. Open air press box, a beautiful baseball facility. Savarese going to get under this one. It's going to pop straight up into the air and should be caught, and it is, by the second baseman on the fly for the first out. Drake will not be able to advance as that was too close to the infield. Going to bring up 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. He was out as he popped one up to left field for the first out back in the 3rd. Noah Thompson, a left-handed hitter for Georgetown.
And you talk about this stadium being so nice. Thank you to Nutrabolt Stadium. We're definitely more comfortable than we were last week in the sun.
This one a chopper, and will he be able to beat it out? No, he will not. He is out. Unassisted tag there. Kloffenstein, great energy by the first baseman, able to track that one down after he originally lost the handle on it there in the right infield. Kloffenstein able to get back on it and run over, and that first base moved a little bit again.
I mean, that thing moved 5-6 feet that time. But I'll tell you what, Thompson sure made a great effort trying to get down there to first and was running his heart out, but just got tagged.
Logan Drake will advance over to 3rd on the out. Brings up bottom of the order the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. Right-handed pitch to Seaback, and he is almost hit by a pitch. That one scathed just in front of his waist. 1 ball, no strikes. Seaback is 0 for 1 out on a 5-3 for the second out back in the 3rd.
We actually got Drake on second, Rob. Did not make it over to 3rd.
Well, that's what I meant. He advanced from first to second. Sorry about that. Thank you. Pops this one up into the air, and again, Kloffenstein able to grab it there on a fly 3. 3 up. Well, not 3 up. Georgetown had the hit. It was Logan Drake, but was left stranded at second. Georgetown gets no hits on 1 run, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 4.5. Bottom of the 5th upcoming. We'll step aside. Georgetown Eagle Baseball at 106.7 FM KGTN LP. Georgetown will continue in just a few moments. Back in action here from Travis Park here at Bombers Baseball Field, Nutrabolt Stadium. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris. Georgetown trails 4-0. They have not been able to score here in this ball game. 2 runs scored in the 3rd.
Great job. Cruising Kitchen is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Custom mobile business fabricator. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Cruising Kitchen's website can be found at cruisingkitchens.com.
Leading off here for Magnolia in the bottom of this 5th inning. First pitch on the way. It is Adam Kloffenstein. He is 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the 1st for the 3rd out. Had a hit, was left stranded in the 3rd. 0 for 1, the early count. Next pitch here by Gafford on the way. Too far in. Called a ball, 1-1.
Interesting here. They left Gafford in, and he still must be feeling like he can still make something happen here and keep these players from coming across the plate.
Gafford, the next pitch, hit off the back of the bat by Kloffenstein, goes foul off the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit over to the 3rd baseman, Jeffrey David, on a routine 5-3 to Hunter Savarese for the 5-3 ground out, the first out. And that's a good start for the Georgetown defense.
That's a good start. That was a well-hit ball that played well on it, went down, got it, made a great throw to first.
Brings up the cleanup position of the 3rd baseman, number 44, Preston Hofford. He is 1 for 2, had a hit, left stranded on second, back in the second, then out on a 1-3 for the third out, back in the third inning. Gafford, right-handed pitch, comes across the plate for a strike on the fast to 0-1 here on Hoffert.
Pretty pitch there. Nice speed on it. Good movement.
Gafford winds up, right-handed delivery, this one over to left field, and that is foul. At the last minute, boy, that one bounced about a foot to the left of that line. That could have easily been a double out there for Hoffert. Luckily goes foul. The count now at no balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, I was looking hard. I was waiting to see a little bit of chalk pop up on that one. That was close.
Got the Facebook live stream going for a little bit. Joshua Harris in the house.
God bless y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Eagle fight never dies. We're going to be okay.
Wanted to remind folks here, you can also listen on 106.7 FM, KGTNLP Georgetown, as well as SHNSports.com. 0-2 the count for Hoffert here. The third baseman cleaning up. Right-handed delivery. That one looked close, but they're going to call it a ball here.
Yeah,
1-2.
That was close. He almost took a little hack at that, but was able to hold back on it. He wanted to.
I've been hacking from the allergies today.
Yeah, man, I'm praying for you. And it's bad for a lot of people right now. It is the prime season for everything's blooming.
Next pitch too low. Colmore able to get up under it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, 1 out here. Georgetown trails 4-0. Magnolia at bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wesley Gafford on the mound for Georgetown. Stands with the right foot in the center of the rubber. The right-handed pitch on the fastball on the way, but too low. And now we've got a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, Gafford's worked his way into a full count. And let's see what he decides to throw here.
The payoff pitch, Wesley Gafford trying to get the second out for Georgetown. On its way, ground chopped, and that is a fair ball as it rolled past the third base, and that will be a double. Another hit here, the 9th one now for Magnolia, as Hoffert will have the stand-up double to second base.
Yeah, Hoffert just straightened that hit out, that pitch out, just like on that one that he had a minute ago, straightened it out, and boy, I tell you what, it was right where he wanted to put it.
A frustrating afternoon for Georgetown as they took game 1, finds themselves in a 4-0 deficit here in the bottom of this 5th inning. Trailing Magnolia 4 runs to none. Wesley Gafford on the mound. He actually stands with that right foot on the left side of the rubber, the right-handed pitcher. Bo Willis, the catcher, now at bats. They call a strike on that. He swung at it. He did. 0-1 here on Bo Willis. Bo is 1 for 2. Lined one right into the field earlier in. Trying to look here. I got lost. Willis here, line one in the second, and then had a hit in the 4th, came around and scored. The count here, though, 0-1 on Willis. Georgetown trying to pick as Gafford throws back over to the second baseman, Seaback. The base runner is safe out there as Hoffert.
Yeah, it was a great throw. Almost had him. I tell you what, it looks to me like the Bulldogs got up this morning and did some batting practice because they're a different ball club this afternoon than last night, the way they're hitting this ball.
0-1, 1 out. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Base runner in scoring position is Gafford. And a pitch here results in a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Got him up on that changeup. That's a pretty pitch.
Joe K on our Facebook live stream saying, "Go Eagles." We appreciate Joe K. We've called his name several times this afternoon as a sponsor of Georgetown Eagle Baseball, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair. We appreciate Joe K.
Thank you, Joe.
0-2 the count here, 1 out. Georgetown desperately needs to get the second out here. As Gafford looks over his right shoulder, the pitch, this one pops up into the air. Will Colmore have an opportunity in front of the net? No, he will not. And boy, that one banged right on top of us here at this covered stadium here at Nutrabolt Stadium.
It sure did. I think it's the first time that's done that in the last 2 days. I've never heard it that close and loud. Good pop there.
Well, if Georgetown cannot recover in this game, it will force a winner-take-all game 3. 0-2 the count here for Magnolia's Bo Willis. He has his base runner on second, trying to get a hit to bring him in to score the 5th run. The pitch on the way. This one is to left field, and it is into the hands of Wyatt Childress. The base runner will not be able to advance as he lined that one out to left field for the second out.
Great jump on that, and Coach just said, let me have that ball. I got it.
2 outs. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 5, Cody Wagner, 6 of the order. He is 1 for 2. Struck out, swinging on a 1-3, put out back in the second. Also had Hipp, but was left stranded at third in the fourth. That 2-run rally for Magnolia. The right-handed pitch to the right-handed batter will go out too far for a ball, 1-0.
You've got the stat sheet there, but I think every one of their leading hitters have all gotten a hit today, huh? And with 9 hits on the board.
Except Rance Henry. He's the only one at 0 for 3. He's second in the order. 1-0 the count here for Magnolia's Cody Wagner. The pitch hits this one foul off the first base side into the stands that are directly in the sun. There's not a single breathing soul over there in that box off the first base line.
No, there was some folks in there last night, but boy, with this sun just up above us and burning bright, there's nobody. Everybody's covered up today.
Gafford 1-1 here against Cody Wagner. The pitch on the way. Clips the corner for a strike, 1-2.
Good pitch.
Georgetown 1 strike away from not allowing any runs here in this 5th inning. That is what they've got to do.
Yeah, we needed this good shutout inning.
Georgetown trailing 4-0, Joshua.
Yeah, rally caps are out. It's all good vibes coming down now. We're going to come back. I'm not calling game 3 yet, that's for sure.
Chops this one over to the shortstop, Cole Posey, over to Hunter Savarese on a routine 6-3 for the 3rd out. So no runs scored here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There was 1 more hit for Magnolia, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 5, top of the 6th upcoming. We'll take a quick break and then get back to more of our sponsors. Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues in a few moments. Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle Baseball, live from Bryan, Texas here. Game 2 of this regional quarterfinal playoff matchup here in round 3. I'll send it over to Joshua Harris to give thanks to some of our wonderful sponsors this afternoon.
Absolutely. Thank you to every one of the sponsors that are supporting Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Oak Ridge Disciple House, it's an organization that I have a privilege of being the founder of, and our whole heart is to help men 18 and up who struggle with drug and alcohol addictions, have maybe been through all the treatment centers and rehabs and really ready for a heart change, and that's what we're offering. Oak Ridge is a nonprofit faith-based Christian character building ministry geared towards reaching men 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. You can find us at www.oakridgedisciplehouse.com. 512-905-2111. Also want to thank Wes Strand and Mike Pickle at Texas Traditions Roofing. It's a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Texas Traditions is commercial and residential roofing repair and replacement. Texas Tradition Roofing is online at texastraditionsroofing.com.
Leading off here, top of the order for the Georgetown Eagles here in the top of this 6th inning, the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. Georgetown in that 4-0 deficit. They've got to pick up some runs here, and they've only got 6 outs to do it.
6 outs, and we got to get it going. We have got to get these bats fired up now.
Cole Posey, the right-handed batter. The pitch on the way. The fastball across the plate for a strike. Quentin Carpenter has been on fire this afternoon. The early pitch, 0-1.
Sure would. He'd like to have that one back. That was the pitch to hit.
Quickly back in the windup. The 0-1 goes for a ball here, 1-1. Cole Posey 0 for 1 in this game. Struck out swinging in the first, was hit by a pitch but left stranded at 1 after the payoff pitch there in the third. The next pitch, as he got that one swinging on a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, that was a lot of great velocity on that fastball. He's still throwing well. And it just looks like he's having fun up there as well. With a 4-0 lead, you can have fun, but we got to get a hold of him.
The 1-2 pitch got him looking, struck him out as he looked at it.
Yeah, we have got to stop looking at these balls just go by. We've got to start taking some swings and taking some chances. Giving up just a straight out like that with no cuts is just not going to work to get this game tied back up.
bring up the left fielder, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Right-handed pitch on the way to Wyatt, too far outside, 1-0. Wyatt 0 for 2, struck out swinging both times here this afternoon in the first and the third, as his team trails 4-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Georgetown 5 outs away from having to go to a game 3. This one over to left field, chasing it down is Rance Henry, and it will drop into the left-handed glove for the second out on a fly 7 to Rance Henry. That'll bring up the catcher, number 23, Cole Moore. Cole is 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first for the third out, and then also had that one that went over to third base, popped up in the fourth for the first out.
Yeah, 2 quick outs, and we're now down to 4 outs away from bringing in game 3. Got to get something going here. I'm still believing.
Cole Moore. Pitch on the way to Cole. Too far outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One-0 pitch on the way. Oh, wow, that one looked even farther than the first one, but they're going to call a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, that one. Sometimes you just got to stay quiet.
You don't want to deny it, but you just got to stay quiet.
Sometimes you just got to stay quiet.
This one high, looked like the same pitch as last time. Called a ball this time, 2-1. You know, maybe the sun's reflecting off the mask. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, these umpires do a great job. It's hard sometimes.
2-1, had an inchworm behind that one as it was too close inside. Brings it to 3-1.
Moore did a little boot scoop there. That probably would have got him.
Brooks and Dunn liked it.
Yep.
Pitch here as he clipped it on a foul tip to the back of the net. Brings up a full count at 3-2.
Yep, took a big swing there to bring the count to full. He fouled it back, got a piece of it.
3-2 pitch, payoff, popped way up into the air over to left field. Rance Henry again going to try to track it down in foul territory, and he has it for the third out, just shy of the line. 3 up, 3 down for Georgetown. Georgetown 3 outs away from having to go into a game 3. They're on the fly 7. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We're through 5.5. Bottom of the 6th upcoming. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this. Back to Nutrabolt Stadium here in Bryan, Texas. Rob Hipp alongside Joshua Harris, Nathan Hipp producing for us tonight. The Wyatt Childress' family came out here in a big group tonight. They sent me a text a while ago, and they said, hey, look over to the right through the window, and we'll wave at you. And we saw the entire group there. We appreciate the Childress family as always. This will be the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off will be the 7th in the order. The designated hitter for Magnolia will be number 2, Caleb Morris. Gafford still on the mound for Georgetown. Georgetown trailing here 4-0 in the bottom of this 6th inning. Magnolia leading off. Again, it'll be Caleb Mortis. Did I say Mortis? I think it's because I feel like I'm in rigor mortis right now.
I'm on. Right now, we feel like we're a little bit stale, so I could see that. But we just got to go 1, 2, 3 here and get up and anything can happen in baseball. That's what's so fun about it.
Pitch on the way to Morris, hits this one late off the back of the bat. It goes off the first base side for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here. The early count for Caleb Morris.
We were in the same position last week. It's just a little bit different. We won last night, and so we got to win one today. And now if we don't pull this out, then we've got to come back and win that third game and win this series by 2.
0-1 the count here on Morris, holding that bat at a 90-degree angle behind his maroon hat. The right-handed batter, the right-handed pitch on the way, too high and inside. 1-1. Morris this afternoon 0 for 2 out on a 5-3 for the third out back in the second, and then popped one up to center field in the fourth. Swing and a miss here, 1-2.
Good pitch there, got him to bite, swing down on it. Great location. You think about it, last Saturday we had to win 2, and
chips this one off the end of the bat. 1-2 the count remains as it goes foul off the first base side, almost into the Georgetown Eagle press box. Luckily it went over the roof of it. One-two, Gafford, swing and a miss, struck him out.
I like Gafford's attitude. He's down.
The second baseman.
6th inning here, and he's still throwing hard and coming at him.
It's only the 3rd strikeout this afternoon for Wesley Gafford. It'll bring up 8th of the order, the second baseman, number 7, Adam Wynn. He is 2 for 2, scored twice this evening. This one popped up into the air, though, as it goes foul way off the right field side behind the box out there. There is somebody out there. I saw a kid diving down, maybe laying down under the chairs over there.
Got to be hot over there, though. I tell you what, I know some of these folks even closer to the shade were filling their seats when they were first sitting in, and those seats got to be good and hot over there.
Here on the 0-1, pops up, chasing it down is Cole Posey, and he has it for the fly to the shortstop for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. On the fly 6, they'll bring up bottom of the order. The right fielder, number 1, Shelby Mullins. Mullins is 1 for 2 as he popped one up to right field in the third for the first out. Had a hit in the fourth, but was left stranded at first base. Right-handed batter for Magnolia. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gafford pitching, right-handed pitch, got him on the corner for a fastball strike, 0-1. It's a little hot up here today, man.
It's a little warmer. We got to remember we were in the evening last night, and so
this is a base hit out to right field for Shelby Mullins, now 2 for 3. Goes back to the top of the order, the shortstop, number 4, Jordan Groshans. Groshans is 1 for 3. Popped one up in the first for the first out, had a hit, came around and scored in the third, and then was out at a 6-3 in the fourth for the second out. Groshans, a right-handed batter for this Magnolia Bulldog team. He's one of the MLB top 50 prospects.
Yeah, we need to get this thing shut down right now. We don't need this this runner to get around to second or third.
Time is called here as Groshans steps back, and for Georgetown, the catcher Cole Moore gets an adjustment. Gafford trying to get this final out of here. The pitch on the way and too close inside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Josh Groshans. Jordan Groshans. My middle name is Jordan. It's with a G, though.
First name is?
Robin.
Robin.
That's my real name.
Yep.
Tweet.
Robin.
I invented Twitter. Just want to know. Got him as it clipped the quarter on the outside.
That's a good pitch there.
We'll take it, 1-1.
Yep, we need to get out of this inning and come in and just light these bats up.
One delivery. This one right up the middle. Chasing it down is Ryan Knights, and that'll be a base hit to center field. Right up the middle, and now runners at the corner. So back-to-back hits here as Groshans will rest at first, standing up, and Mullins will advance all the way over to third in scoring position. That'll bring up second in the order, the left fielder, number 3, Rance Henry.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it. I see the coach coming out to the mound. Infield's all coming in. You got to give credit where credit's due. This Bulldog team has really, really hit the ball well today with 11 hits.
And instead of Rance Henry, it'll be number 18, Alan Kent, hitting for Rance Henry.
Looks like here we come. Let's see who we got coming in now. Been called in from the bullpen.
Georgetown will have a new pitcher coming out there. And I believe that is Grant Wood. It's hard to see.
I cannot see his number yet.
I see a 9 on the, I think a 9 on the back, and if it's so, I feel bad. I don't even recognize his face. He's got long hair now. No, it's number 3 out there for Georgetown.
Okay.
So that will not be who I thought it was for the Eagles. I believe that's number 3, and if so, that will be Brooks Hancock. So Brooks Hancock on the mound now for Georgetown. That'll be Brooks Hancock pitching as he gets the warm-up pitches here.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Georgetown, number 3, Brooks Hancock.
You know, Rob, I can get to a few more of these.
Yeah, let's go for it while he's getting those warm-ups.
Great supporters that the Georgetown Eagles have for this baseball team. We talked about Georgetown Internet transmission. Let's go with Georgetown Shirt Company.
Interstate transmission.
Interstate transmission, pardon me. Georgetown Shirt Company, specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products of all kinds. Their website is gtshirt.com. Also supporting the Eagle baseball for 2018 and this series, Gateway Mortgage Group, Matt Morrow, home mortgage lender who believes it's all about communities, families, and homes. Gateway Mortgage Group is online at borrowfrommorrow.com. Also, Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Container Self-Storage. One-stop shopping for moving supplies and storage. Their website is climatizedcontainer.com.
Alan Kent now up to bat here in place of Rance Henry. 1-0 the early pitch as Hancock tries to pick on a 1-3 to that base runner Groshans there at first. And again, back-to-back 1-3 pick attempts. The base runner going to be safe. They're keeping him honest. This afternoon, Brooks Hancock wearing number 3, of course, for the Georgetown Eagles. And how did that happen? The ball just rolled all the way out from near the Eagle dugout. How does that happen?
You know, I'm wondering.
Rolled out behind home plate. They had to call time here to get that out of there. Brooks Hancock, 16.1 innings pitched, 9 games this season. He has a 2-0 record.
It actually came from the Georgetown bullpen. A pass ball from the catcher there on someone warming up, and it came all the way over here.
Wow. 1.286 ERA for Brooks Hancock. Here, though, 2-0 on Alan Kent. The 2-0 pitch popped up foul right behind us to make it 2-1. Two-1 pitch. Chops this one for another foul off the back of the bat. Evens it now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, base runners on the corners here for Magnolia. They lead 4-0 here in the bottom of this 6th inning. Only 1 inning to go. Georgetown needs to find a way to rally. Pitch on the way. Over to center field, and making the grab, running into it, is Ryan Knights there on the line to center field for the 3rd and final out of this inning. No runs in the inning for Magnolia. They get that on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 2 on base. Moving to the top of the 7th inning, we'll take a quick break. Georgetown trails. They've got 3 outs to find a rally here in the 7th inning. We'll step aside. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports and 106.7 FM KGTN-LP Georgetown will continue in a few moments.
We are the UIL.
From the coaches
to the players,
to the educators.
We've been in your shoes.
extracurricular activities are essential to the development of our youth.
From proposed rule changes
to the relaxation of transfer rules,
we keep it fair.
New academic contests, we hear you loud and clear.
New events are music to our ears. We just added film. That's a wrap.
Educational activities help young people become productive citizens.
From staph infections to steroid use,
to cardiac and concussions.
Health and safety is a priority.
Heat, heart, and health history.
From heat-related illness to head injuries to heart-related issues to the medical history of students.
Your well-being is our priority because we are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
We are the UIL.
Friends, don't forget, don't miss the UIL Baseball State Tournament June 6th through the 9th. For more information, visit UILtexas.org. Leading off here in the top of the 7th inning for Georgetown will be the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Knights. Ryan is 0 for 1 out on a 4-3, then a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and eventually was left stranded in the 4th inning for the 3rd out. Also, he was put out there. 1-0 the early count, the pitch on the way. That one clips the corner for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, this is it. We really got to get something going here.
One pitch tonight. Too close inside to make it 1-2. Or 2-1, I beg your pardon. Better not be 1-2.
2-1.
The old 2-1.
Twofer.
The old twofer. 2-1 delivery. On its way, too far outside to make it 3-1. (3-1) for Ryan Knights ahead in the count here. He's getting a batter's count as Carpenter pops this one up. Knights, and will it be catchable by Willis? No, it will not. That's going to ding on the roof. Boom!
Another big dinger off the roof.
That thing rolled and dinged all the way down. Now it's a payoff pitch, 3-2, as that one went foul. On deck for Georgetown, the third baseman, Jeffrey David. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the top of the 7th. They've got to find a way to score some runs here. Got to get those bats slinging.
You better believe it. Carpenter has pitched a great game against us, and we need him to waver a little bit here and throw a couple of pitches to hit. We need to get some things going. This last inning. But positive note, it's not over. We've got another game to play.
3-2 pitch. This one tipped foul off the back of the bat into the net. Ryan Knights battling here in a 3-2 count. Well, even in a loss, we have a player of the game this afternoon, and it's still not over.
No.
But even regardless, win or lose, Logan Drake has had 2 hits. He has made a difference. This one is going to be to the shortstop. Can he beat it out in time? He is out. Jordan Groshen's able to get it over to Adam Kloffenstein on the 6-3. Ryan Notch not able to beat it out for the first out.
Well, Notch gave it his greatest effort, though. He was running hard, and it was really close.
And due to the time in between game 2 and 3, if we force a game 3 here, if we're in that position, we will not have an interview with Coach Foster or the player of the game just because of the time that it takes to get everything set up for the next game. 1-0 here as the pitch goes to Jeffrey David. Carpenter, the next pitch on the way. Too low, brings it to 2 balls and no strikes. Georgetown still has a chance here with 2 outs, but they have got to start hitting some balls. They have not been able to get many hits here this afternoon. In fact, only 2 hits all day, and those 2 hits were Logan Drake. Next pitch, fastball across the plate as he looked at it, 2-1. Two-one delivery, too far outside, but no, he calls it a strike, 2-2. Again, not criticizing, but it hasn't been consistent from our eyes up here, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. You've got to play around it.
Yeah, I'm hoping this next game, if it gets to that, I said it's not over yet, but if it gets to that we see a good called game for game 3, because that's it. I mean, that's the game that someone's going home on, and so we just want it to be fair all around.
2-2. Here's that one chopped foul back into the fence off the third base side. Off the net, rather. Wasn't really much of a fence around here. The 2-2 pitch on the way. This one hit back foul behind the net as he's battling here, keeping this at-bat alive. 2-2, 1 out. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. Magnolia 2 outs away from taking game 2 and forcing a game 3. Jeffrey David trying to keep this at-bat alive and keep his team alive. Right-handed pitch. Pops this one over left field, going down deep, and the wind's going to blow it foul over the fence at the 325 mark. And the count remains 2-2. The battle continues here for Jeffrey David.
Well, that was a well-hit ball. It did go foul, but I tell you what, that was a great effort there. Straighten that out a little bit.
Georgetown has not been shut out this season as far as in their winning streak. Of course, they got to have a run. You can't be shut out.
Yeah. We just hadn't hit the ball well this first game, and that's what's fun about playing another one is you can turn it right around. And, you know, you saw us. We pounded the ball in game 2 last Saturday.
2-2 here for David as he's still alive. This one pop foul. The battle continues. Reminds me of an old video game called Battletoads. You never played that one, did you?
I have never heard of that.
You ever heard of Double Dragon?
Double Dragon, yes,
Yeah.
but not have heard of the one you just mentioned.
Well, there was a Battletoads Double Dragon that was both of them together. Pretty cool game, man. 2-2 delivery to David. That one drops in for a ball, and we've got a payoff pitch upcoming 3-2. The Magnolia fans wanted to strike.
Yeah, they did. It looked close, but like you said, it goes both ways.
3-2 here, Carpenter. So he's trying to close this game and pitch the shutout. On the way, the pitch too far outside and walked him. Georgetown still alive as David reaches on a rare base on balls this afternoon. In fact, wow, you've got to be kidding me. That is the first walk this afternoon.
He hadn't yeah, I mean, he's been throwing well.
That'll bring up Logan Drake, who's 2 for 2.
That's surprising. I didn't even pick up on that. First walk he's thrown.
Yep.
Wow.
First base on balls we've seen this afternoon by Carpenter. He has had a lights-out firestorm of a game.
He's throwing the same kind of game that Smith threw last night, and so you just never know.
Pitch on the way to Logan Drake, and on a wild pitch, Georgetown Jeffrey David will advance into scoring position.
First walk and first wild pitch that we've seen from Carpenter tonight or this afternoon.
And now for the Magnolia Bulldogs, Coach Taylor Schilfett will head over to the mound and talk things over as all the infield comes in. Adam Foster is going to talk to Logan Drake, and some other players head over to talk to Coach Foster. We'll keep things right here. 1 ball, no strikes on Logan Drake. 1 out we are. Georgetown trails 4-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. But Jeffrey David, after a wild pitch, after reaching on a walk and a wild pitch, he is in scoring position. Georgetown trying to find the rally here in the 7th. Can they do it? Or will Magnolia force a decisive winner-take-all game 3? We'll see. Logan Drake is 2 for 2. He would love to go 3 for 3 here. A hit would give Georgetown a run, more than likely.
Yeah, you bet. If he got any kind of a spark, it's this man up at the plate right now. He's had a good day, and so if he can keep that going, we might be able to bring one run across and break that ice.
Carpenter still on the mound after the chat. The right-handed pitch. This one too high into the outside, 2-0. Georgetown still alive here in the top of the 7th. The next pitch, high and outside again. 3-0 the count now.
Well, I tell you, he's being real patient there. Those weren't far off, and he's got a good eye today. Being real patient up there, taking his pitch.
3-0 to Logan Drake. That one a strike as he looks at it to bring the count to 3-1. He's still got his option here. Logan needs the hit here for Georgetown. The pitch on the way, and he does hit it, but it goes foul. Brings it to a 3-2 full count now. The payoff pitch upcoming to Logan Drake. Left-handed batter for Georgetown, trying to keep this game alive for the Georgetown Eagles. They trail 4-0 here in the top of the 7th. This game has went along very fast pace. 2:49 is the time here. We haven't even been on for 2 hours yet.
Yeah, moving right along.
3-2 payoff. Drake going to drill this one over, but it goes to the second baseman, and on a 4-3 ground out, that'll be the second out. It does advance Jeffrey David over to third base. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Hunter is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice of the second that was out as he popped one up to second base for the first out in the 5th. Hunter Savarese, the right-handed batter for Georgetown, trying to bring a runner in and keep this alive for Georgetown. Tips this one foul off the back of the bat into the net. No balls and 1 strike here for Hunter Savarese.
And Savarese coming up with a big cut to start this at bat, and I know he'd like to, if nothing else, keep the Bulldogs from getting a complete shutout, but might keep this thing going with a nice base hit.
0-1 delivery. Looked high, but called a strike, 0-2.
Yeah.
The 0-2. Savarese hits this one off the edge of the bat, keeps the at-bat alive. It goes foul off the first base side.
I got you.
Thanks. Got papers flying, Gatorade flying.
Yeah, the wind is kicking up a little bit, blowing papers around. Like to get this ball to blow around out there.
0-2 way upstairs. Someone forgot to close the attic door, 1-2. Little draft up there, vacuum sucking the ball up.
Yes.
Oh, 1-2 pitch. Savarese drops in too low, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the at-bat still alive as Savarese battling here. 1 out. Magnolia away from taking game 2 and forcing the decisive game 3. Base runner on 3 for Georgetown is Jeffrey David. The Eagles trail 4-0. Next pitch on the way. Savarese pulls back. And boy, a little early celebration there, and that's a little bit uncalled for, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's a ball thrown. You can't celebrate until the umpire says it, and now it's a payoff pitch.
Yeah, not what you want to see from a pitcher. He's pitched a great game, but you need to be.
Got to keep it calm.
Yeah, keep it courteous and don't be ugly.
I think he was more excited than anything, but still, you can't celebrate until the umpire says so.
Right, and he is. He's got every reason to be excited. He's pitched a great game. I mean, to keep us at 2 hits, done a great job.
Carpenter on the 3-2, and now he can celebrate as Savarese swings and misses.
Well, you give it to Carpenter. He pitched a great game and got them all tied up.
Carpenter, what a game by that young man of the Magnolia Bulldogs. Georgetown falls here in game 2, 4-0 in that final inning for Georgetown. No runs. They get no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. As we quickly look at the totals for Georgetown, no runs on 2 hits. Georgetown committing in this ball game, no errors, so a well-played ball game. They do leave 3 on base. For the Magnolia Bulldogs, who take game 2 and force the game 3, they get 4 runs. Those runs coming in the 3rd and the 4th, 2 runs respectively apiece. But it was a hitting afternoon for Magnolia as they had 11 hits, no errors. 7 left on base, though. Georgetown had their opportunities, but you can't allow 11 hits and come out of here with a win in the postseason play. So it'll force a game 3. Joshua will quickly wrap this one up.
Yeah, so it was a great game, and Bulldogs came in, got their hits, and just beat us, and so we're tied up at 1, and so we got to regroup. We got to stay confident. I know the Georgetown team, they've got such great coaching. They're going to just tell them, listen, every ball game's a new ball game. They're not going to get discouraged. They're not going to feel down. They've had a great season, and we're going to continue that that hard work here in Game 2 and get some fluids in us and get ready. I don't know what the pitching is going to look like yet, but I know it's going to be an exciting Game 3 to decide this series, who moves forward and who has their banquet. So,
well, the final Game 3 will not be on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown, so make sure that you head over to shnsports.com. We'll have those links up here in about 15 minutes or so. Again, the final game will not be on the air. Make sure to join us at shnsports.com for the final and decisive Game 3. For Joshua Harris and Nathan Hyde, I'm Rob Hipp. This has been another presentation of Georgetown Eagle Baseball here on the shnsports.com broadcast network, and for our radio listeners back at home on 106.7 FM KGTNLP Georgetown. Magnolia taking care of business here in Game number 2. Carpenter, a pitching sensation it was for that young man here in the second game. Georgetown falls 4-0, forcing a Game 3. Again, catch up with us on shnsports.com for that final game. Should be here in about 30 minutes. We will have the links up, so make sure to follow us. For everyone at SHN Sports, again, I'm Rob Hipp. The final score, 4-0. Remember, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. God bless you. We will catch up on shnsports.com here in just about 30 minutes.
Eagle Fight never dies.